Hey guys, we're back with another episode of Planet Zoo, and today's episode is going to be a slightly special. I think we've had enough of our safari for now. I mean, in the last episode, it took me ages to do the adventure tour ride and lay out all the tracks. And I mean, that was a chaotic episode with animals escaping and us trying to figure out how to get the tracks to go through the habitat. It was interesting to say the least, to be honest, and the chaos that ensued afterwards was was pretty challenging. I mean, all the animals were escaping. We had people, well, litter everywhere. Our transformers or solar panels kept breaking, and yeah, it was very interesting. So I thought, you know what, we've done well, and we'll continue obviously building onto this, but it's time to take a break from our safari area and do something special today. So like I said, today's episode is going to be really special because we have a request from one of our subscribers who wanted to see us introducing capybaras into the zoo. So, I mean, first of all, thank you for your support and watching the videos. I really do appreciate that. And I thought, you know what, we're actually gonna do capybaras especially for you. I would say your name, but the username is pretty long, so I'm not even gonna attempt to do that. But I do want to actually dedicate this episode to you, and thank you for your suggestion. So we're going to start work on our capybara habitat today. And I thought, what better area to build a capybara habitat than this area here, because it's pretty much a semi-aquatic area. You know, you've got hippos in this on this side, who are sort of land animals and water animals as well. So thought capybaras are pretty much similar, and I think it will go nicely with the theme on this side. So I've picked out a spot. I think this area might be perfect for our capybara habitat, and we'll do a similar style habitat with wetlands and also land area for them to roam around in. And I think this area would be perfect. So before we move on to that, actually, I wanted to mention that I did start work offline on building our train stations, or turning these into not train station, but you know, our safari rides, turning these queue areas into complexes or plazas. And it's a work in progress. It's certainly not finished yet, but I thought I'd give you a glimpse of that. So we've picked out this area for the capybara habitat, and we'll start work on this now. Let me just quickly check what these notifications are related to. Okay, so we've got all these facilities without power. Honestly, we've done so much work hiring staff, cleaners and mechanics, but these issues are endless. I think it's probably because we've got such a huge zoo, and it's difficult to manage it sometimes. But we'll just let this run its course in the background. I'm sure a mechanic is on its way. If not, I'll just call one. This one didn't need it anyway. But yeah, let's get to our capybaras then. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna probably we're gonna just do a simple habitat. You know, keep it simple, keep it nice, and nothing too fancy. And here we go, snow again. As soon as we start building, or we're trying to build, it starts to snow, and now I won't be able to see anything. But whilst that's happening, let's just do a bit of terrain work. I want to bring this down a bit, lower it down for the habitat, and I'll still have like a higher bit here to do a path going around. So you'll have the capybara habitat on the same level as these shops here. And we can have two paths going, one from up here so people can look down into the habitat, and one on the ground level here going round, so you'll get nice angles, I'm hoping anyway. Let's just work on this terrain though. Let's flatten it a little bit. See, with the snow I can't see anything, and that makes things so difficult. But we'll carry on. I don't want to waste any time hanging around. I wonder where the boundary is. I can't even see the boundary. Oh, there it is. Okay, so we've got enough space for sure. Let's take this back a little bit as well, because then we can have a path going round this way. Why not? I can't actually see what I'm doing, but we're just gonna wing it. Why not? Right, so yeah, one thing I forgot to mention, I did not actually have the DLC for the wetlands, but because one of our subscribers has kindly requested us to do capybaras, I went ahead and purchased it just for you. So I just appreciate obviously all the love and support that you've been giving us in terms of watching the videos, so I hope you like this one. Okay, let's bring this down. I think this should be enough for now. We can smooth out the edges, and maybe we can do, I was thinking we can do a waterfall going into the habitat, because we haven't done that yet, and that would be nice if we do a waterfall and a small lake or a pond for them. Actually, I've taken that too far, because I do want the path to connect up here, so something to go round essentially. Okay, I think this is good. I might move this power solar panel this way a little bit, and also make this slightly bigger. Yeah, terrain work is half the fun. You can actually go crazy with it and lose track as well, because you can never quite get it perfect, and if you're a perfectionist it can annoy you sometimes, because you want it to look absolutely perfect, and it's difficult to do that in this game because the mechanics are not that intuitive. Okay, I think I like this. Yeah, I like this rough edges. That's what I was hoping for around here, but it kind of makes it look crazy when I use the roughened up tool. Okay, let's do rocks and waterfall. I am gonna do something here, and again I've not done a waterfall, so we're gonna do something a bit different. Should we use the same rocks that we've used around the hippo habitat, so it doesn't look out of place? Yeah, because we're going for a similar style theme. I don't know whether this is big enough. I might actually see, again, this is the OCD kicking in. I might actually extend the ground level area a bit more. This way. That way, hopefully, we won't even have to do a barrier going around, because it's deep enough, and I'm sure capybaras won't be able to jump that high. Okay, I saw a little indent here. Yeah. Right, and then what we can do is do a few levels. Just so the terrain doesn't look too flat. Okay. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Right, we're gonna do. I'm thinking we're gonna do our waterfall here. I think that would look perfect. So let's make this a little bit deeper. Do a waterfall here, and that would be our pond as well, just round this side. I'm going to try adding water and see how that looks. The only thing is that too deep? Because I want them to actually have shallow areas as well to walk on. Finally, it's getting yeah, the sun's coming up now, so we should be able to see a bit more, because first it snowed and then it turned dark. Yeah, those are the perks and the challenges of this game, you know, when you're trying to do something fun. Okay, yeah, all right, okay, that's I think it's slightly too deep though. I want the water to be a bit higher than that. Yeah, perfect. Ooh, I do like this little bit there. It just kind of it kind of looks like yeah, wetlands, you know, shallow waters. Right, okay, maybe no, I don't want this to go higher than it is. Just want it to be shallow. Yeah, this could work. Shall we extend this area? I think the amount of water is fine. Although I'm just going to adjust this a little bit more, because it looks too artificial, this island. We want it to look natural. Reduce the size and have something like this. And connect it here as well, so you'll have capybaras sort of walking into the island bit, so there'll be like a little land bridge. Okay, let's try adding water and see how that looks. Okay, and then can we add some here? Interesting. If I did plants and reeds, that might look nice, I think. Because at the moment, yeah, it looks slightly bare. But let's smooth it out to give it that shallow marshland or wetlands look. I'm not sure by doing that whether this would be deep enough for the water to go in, but let's just try it anyway. Again, doing the terrain work is half the fun, isn't it? Do I bring this up a little bit? I think it's too deep. Okay, and then some more smoothing. Okay, yeah, now I'm not too sure whether it's whether it's not deep enough now. Okay, I can add water, and then can I add some in here? Interesting. Maybe I get rid of one land bridge. Maybe I get rid from that side. Okay, I'm going to need to remove water from there to be able to do that. Okay. Smooth this area here. Also, I want to flatten that. There we go. Perfect. Let's try now. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's perfect because you've got shallow bits here. Hopefully they should be able to walk on this. And you've got a bit of an island going. And then this is where I want the waterfall to be. Let's pause the game here because I don't want it to turn dark now. We're getting into some serious habitat building now. Okay, rocks. Yeah, I want a waterfall going through the rocks. I think these would look good. They're big enough though. I might need a lot of them. Yeah, this is good. Okay, let's have one. Like that. And then going up like this. Just on the top. The only issue is now. Oh no, we should still be able to do a path here. If we do like a small, well, if it's not too wide, I'm sure we should be able to do a path going round. I'm just creating the shape for now, and then we can add different rocks to make it look a little bit more natural. So far so good though. Well, to me anyway. You guys are gonna have to comment and let me know if it looks good or not. Okay, let's do something. Let's do a different rock now. Ooh, we can do something like this. Coming out. Okay. Right, how am I going to do the waterfall? That's the main thing now. I need to... Is it in the habitat? We did something similar for the flamingo habitat. So I'm not too sure. Let's have a look at... I think it's in special effects. Okay. Water. Yeah, that might be it. Fountain, jet small. Fuck. Oh, right, okay. This could be cool, actually. I could have this going around. I could just have this sort of dotted around for capybaras to jump in. As a fun little fountain. It looks a bit too aggressive for a waterfall though. We want waterfall to be nice and relaxing. Oh, there we go. Special effect waterfall. Right. Okay, this might do the trick. So you've got this is meant to be at the top, right? Wait, let me just check what else is there. Waterfall top, midsection, and then you've got the bottom one. How does the bottom one look? Nice. I think this ought to do it then. What does the medium one look like? Mid one look like? Midsection there. I think this is what we're looking for. Right, so... Ooh, water rapids. Interesting. We could have some going around here, actually. Okay. I think we've figured it out. So let's do a top one there somewhere. Hopefully. See, if I put it into the rocks too much, then we can't really see the water. Do want to hide it though. Should we do one here? Like this. The only thing is, I don't know how I'm going to hide it. Okay. One here. Let's play. Did that one work? I don't think it did. Okay. Can I move this in a little bit? Because you can see it floating, and that would be something, wouldn't it? Floating waterfall. The only problem is the rocks do tend to block it, so we wanna be able to hide it, but I don't want the rocks blocking the waterfall. I think this looks good for now. Let's carry on building the midsection. So we had the 10-meter top one. We need 10-meter midsection. Down here, maybe. Yep. I think I think it's getting there. It's definitely looking like a waterfall now. I want to place this here somewhere, but hey, look at that. Does that look good? I think so. Yeah, I don't. The only thing is you can see them floating, but I'll hide them. But for now, I don't think it looks too bad. Should we bring this down? I'm gonna add a bit more water flow here. I think it looks okay, yeah. Yeah, we'll do some more work on this later. I don't want to spend too much time doing the waterfall, but I think as a starting point, that looks good. Let's add the foam thing that we saw. What was it? I think it was something waterfall bottom effect. Okay, 10 meters. Yeah, so we want that in the water. Around here. And around here. And then we can do the foam thing. Where is it? Yeah, water rapids foam. That's the one. Is this the... Yeah, that's the only one we have to play with. Okay, so if I do something like this, you can actually feel the effect of water sort of flowing, splashing and flowing this way. Ah, this is going to be epic, guys. Let's add a bit more there. Yeah, I'm going crazy with this. Yeah, I think this should be fine. Let's just cover this bit. Right, how does this look? I think it looks good. You've got splashy area for the capybaras. Let's do I don't know, let's do a rock here as well, or two. We want the same rocks as the other one, the same ones as the waterfall. Okay, no, this isn't it. Let's just copy that one. Something like this. And we'll add our plants once we've introduced the capybaras, because I don't want to introduce the wrong type of plants, because then you end up changing everything anyway. I think as a basic habitat, I think that looks good. We've got a waterfall. I think now what we need to do is create a barrier. We can do null barriers. Yeah. Let's do null barriers. Oh, it's over there. Okay. Do curve. Yeah, let's start off with null barriers and go this way. Increase the length a little bit. Yeah, I figured if I do them high, then you're not going to have a problem with what we have with flamingos, where they, even though they're inside the habitat, but because they cross the null barrier boundary, the game thinks that they're trying to escape when they're not. I'll bring it a little bit closer. Now I might need to do something like this, then increase the length. I'm hoping capybaras can't jump high. But this game is full of surprises, so you never know. Next thing I know, capybaras are flying out of this habitat, because my plan is not to do a barrier here. I just want a path going around, and maybe we can do not a fence, but just so there's something for decoration to separate the cliff from the path. Yeah, let's just take it through the rocks here. No, I've gone too far. I want to stop it. This just round here. The only thing is, that's too much of a jump. Okay, let's smooth out the terrain a little bit from here. I want this to be a nice drop. Fast forward the time so it turns into morning because I can hardly see a thing. Right, yeah, that should look good, I reckon. There we go, we've got the sun rising. And this should be perfect now for our barrier to continue. There we go. And now from here we can actually do, or maybe from the top we can do a normal barrier. Maybe we can do a glass one. I'm not too sure what would look nice. I do like this as well. What's this? Thick glass, okay. And then the wooden one. Let's do brick actually, because that's in line with, that's keeping in with the theme that we're going for in this section anyway. Yeah, let's do brick. That would be a better option. Okay. I will reduce the size so they're not that high, because otherwise our guests are not going to be able to see what's going on. There we go, and then connect it to here. Panel too long. Connect it to here then. Nope. Too uneven. Too long, too uneven. There we go. Okay, this should work. Actually, I might expand the bricks a little bit more. Why won't you connect? What's your problem now? Seriously? Okay. I don't get why this is causing me an issue now. You just need to snap and... There we go. See, just as when you think things are going smoothly, the game has to throw a spanner in the works. Okay, let's bring this down. And hopefully the height is just right for the guests to be able to see inside the habitat. There we go. Do the same here. And I'm hoping this is high enough for them to not jump out. Now the only problem is, okay, we don't have enough room for the path to go around, so what I'll do is move these shops from here and I think place them here instead. Is that gonna work? Oh no, okay. I want to be able to move the whole thing. Nope, okay, let's move the actual shop first and then put the building on top. Okay, let's see if this works now. You see, nothing is straightforward. Everything is a challenge. Right. All I want to do is move the shops. I know what that's done now. It's because of the terrain now. I'm gonna have to adjust the bottom because otherwise the building is floating. You see, you see. Okay, can I do the terrain bit? Can I just bring that up a little bit more? Oh no. Oh no, I don't want that. Just flatten it. Of course I can't. I need to do that first. Okay. See, it looks fine. I think it's probably because when I place the shop there, it automatically goes to a strange angle. Should you try here? Okay, at least it hasn't messed too much with the terrain. Let's try moving this building now. Yeah, for some strange reason, I can build here, but I can't build there. Yeah. Planet Zoo, everyone. I love this game, though. I can't complain. But it's just the little quirks here and there. There we go. Perfect. Okay, do the same for Gulpy Slush. Yeah, always move the shop first. I've learnt something new. There we go. And then move the building. I just want to get my capybaras in now. Get it absolutely perfect. It's not exactly aligned, but it will do for now. I might actually need to move this statue now. I might put a capybara one in and move the hippo one next to the hippo habitat. Right, let's move the bin. Put the bin here. That's actually a very good location for a bin. Yep. And move, or do I keep it? I might actually keep the flowers, but let's just move the hippo statue. We can add the capybara statue instead. I'm gonna park this here for now, and then we'll find a home for it for sure. Do we have a capybara statue? Let's go into statues. No, I don't think so. I don't think we have a capybara one. Okay, never mind. We'll think of something else to put there. But I think I want to keep the... Let's do the path slightly differently. Can I? If I just do increase the angle snapping. No, I won't be able to. I want to... Right, the whole thing will have to go then. Alright. Okay, fine. Right, let's just carry on. The main path needs to just stay as it was. So that's slightly narrow, isn't it? Just increase to 7. There we go, okay. And then I need something narrower to go around the habitat. Maybe 5 meters. Is this close enough? Reduce the angle snapping. Okay, yeah, that's not going to allow me to do what I was hoping for. Can I do one here? Yeah, I think this should work. Let's go round. No, we might have to do stairs here, which is fine, because then it gives us a slightly different angle for viewing. I might need to, yeah, take this higher. For some reason I can't. There we go. Why won't you let me build a path? All I want to do is build a path. Why, game? Why? Okay, maybe just not go so close to the barrier there. It's just gonna have to be stairs. Okay. Yeah, we're not going to be able to avoid that little ugly bump, are we? Maybe take one up more. And then bring it down. Nope. Flatten it. Okay. Should we just do we just stick to the... Should we carry the path on as a platform rather than ground level? Let's try it. See if it looks good. Can I just make it slightly more? Yeah. I think this is not too bad. Let's turn it into a platform. Brilliant. Accidents happen for a reason. I mean, it's my plan was to just have the path going at ground level, but this happy little accident is not a bad thing. Go around, carry on this way. We can bring it down now, I think. Yeah. Or maybe not. There we go. Oh, this worked out better than I thought. Check this. I think it worked out better than I thought, really. Look at that. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. The question is now, because we've done null barriers up there, but because we haven't actually covered them with rocks or anything, I don't know whether that will work. It should really, because capybaras can't really escape because of these high cliffs. So let's try anyway. Let's see if this works. What I need though is a habitat gate. Here's another thing as well. Do capybaras, can guests interact with them? Because we could potentially make a walk-in habitat where the guests can go in and interact with them as well. I'm not too sure yet whether we're able to do that, but that's probably something we can introduce later on, because we don't actually have any habitats or animals where guests can interact with. Okay, what I was looking for a barrier. I'm just gonna do a. Don't want a wooden one. I want just a standard. This will do. Right, I'm gonna name this as well. I think we will call it Capybara. Original, right? There we go. Right, so far so good. Yeah, I'm really impressed with that waterfall actually. It's turned out okay. It's one of those things, isn't it? Accidents. I mean, well, no, the waterfall was intended. It's the path that was an accident. Because I wanted it at ground level. But that will do for now. Okay, let's introduce our capybaras if we can, and then make this habitat look nicer than it currently is, because we don't know what sort of plants they need, what sort of coverage they want. So let's get some capybaras first. Looks good though. Wow, anyone walking up this hill is gonna have a fun time. I didn't realize how steep this was. But everyone needs exercise, why not? Okay, let's see what we have. We have our capybaras hiding away somewhere. There we go. There's one there. Okay, all females at the minute. Let's see what we can do for them. So we've got... Okay, so we can have up to 4 to 20 in a group, and up to 9 males and up to 19 females. Okay, that's not too bad then. We can have multiple females and maybe one male for reproducing. I'm just going to filter to capybara. Now, are they just called capybara? Yes, they are. Right, yeah, all we can have for now is females, so we're going to go ahead with getting us some female capybaras for now, and wait for the males to become available. I'm going to go for the youngest ones. This one's cheap. Let's go for you and you. Maybe you as well, because you're quite cheap. 3 for now, and then a male. I'm tempted to get more, but let's just let's just introduce them first. Let's see how they get on. We can always add more. There's always... I'm hoping anyway there's room for them. Not quite sure how much of a how much space they need. But I'm sure we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Okay, now that we are waiting for our capybaras to be introduced, let's just have a quick look at what's happening around the zoo. Yep, dangerous fighting due to alphas. Where's the fighting? 2 alphas, or are they fighting to be alpha? Yeah, it's the antelopes. I've got 2 males in there. So didn't mean to do that. Yeah, I've got two males in the safari at the moment, so I think that's probably what the issue is. This one is okay, so he's the original guy that we bought the very first time, and I think they've had a baby since, and one of them is a male who's grown up now. Where are you? Yeah, I think this might be it. Yeah, outsider. Okay, well, it's not too bad. It's a bit of entertainment for the guests, isn't it, if they're having a bit of a scrap. It's not too bad. No one's injured. Alright, keeper cannot reach habitat possibly due to work zone. Oh, guys, look. Wait a minute. We have our capybaras. That was quick. Look at these guys. Let's have a little close-up, shall we? They're huge, aren't they? I mean, they're bigger than I thought. I've never seen one in person. Look at this guy. Right. We finally have our capybaras then. Yeah, I'm gonna now look at these issues that they have and work around it. So we've got terrain to work on. We obviously need a hard shelter and some enrichment. So let's get cracking. I mean, I'm impressed with the habitat so far, and look at our cute little capybaras just chilling. Look at them swim. They look like big rats, don't they? They're like half rats, half guinea pigs. Huge though. I didn't realize how big they are. Amazing. Okay, let's do some more work on this habitat, and we're done with our capybara habitat. Look at this, guys. I've also managed to grab a male capybara, and look at him. He's white. I didn't realize that they come in white as well. He's huge compared to the females. The females were big enough, but look at him. He looks mean. Right, so we're done with our habitat, and I've added loads of enrichments and plant coverage, and I think it looks a lot better than what it was before. Obviously, we do have an attempted escapee chilling in the box. That seems to be the theme in the zoo anyway. Animals just sitting around in the boxes. So yeah, I think I'm pretty pleased with our habitat so far. I've added loads of plants, loads of water features for our capybaras to enjoy. Some toys here as well, and a hard shelter. Looks amazing. So we currently have 1 male and 3 females. Hopefully they'll be able to reproduce and give us more offsprings. I'm quickly going to check their stats. Yeah, all seems fine. They have enough space as well. Perfect. I think I'm pleased with that. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode, because I've had a lot of fun building this capybara habitat for sure. Oh, look at him. That's a nice little hot tap for them to enjoy the water. Look at the steam coming from there. Yeah, she's a happy bunny. Or a happy capybara, rather. Right, so look at this habitat that we've managed to completely, out of the blue, really. I didn't really have a plan for this, but I'm quite happy with this. And it goes nicely with our hippos in this semi-aquatic area. Yeah, I'm happy. Right, I think this is it for this episode. I have enjoyed a lot building this capybara habitat, and these guys look amazing. Thank you once again to our subscriber for suggesting this, and I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I've really enjoyed, like I said. But please continue to give me more suggestions, any more recommendations that you have, any more animals that you'd like to see in the zoo. But for now, thank you so much for watching, and please like and subscribe and share as much as you can, because I really want this channel to grow, and without your support I can't really do that. So thank you guys so much. And like I said, please suggest any more things that you want to see, any more animals that you want to see in this zoo. But for now, thank you, and I'll see you in the next episode. I'm going to leave you with some cinematic shots of our capybara habitat. I hope you enjoy it.